Right now at 10, the man accused of a stabbing in Tomah is headed to trial.
And Governor Evers calls for answers after President Trump's federal aid freeze.
Plus, absentee ballots are on their way ahead of the February primaries.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski.
The verdict is in for a man arrested on drug trafficking charges in Onalaska. 39-year-old Deontay House was convicted of 4 charges, including possession and intent to deliver methamphetamine in a school zone. House was arrested in Onalaska in 2018 after police found heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamine on him. Police also found about $25,000 in cash during a search of his home and vehicle.
The man accused of a Northside shooting death is pleading not guilty. 28-year-old Cody Allen in court today, accused of killing 42-year-old Justin Betts outside a bar on January 19th. Police say an argument led to the shooting. Allen held on a $1 million cash bond.
The man accused in a Tomah stabbing is bound over for trial. 18-year-old Leo Pugrum is charged with first-degree intentional homicide after an incident on December 12th. Police responded to a victim at Tomah Health with stab wounds. They were allegedly involved in a fight with Pugrum in a parking lot. Pugrum is held on a $25,000 cash bond, and his next court appearance is March 10th.
Tonight, the family of a missing Sparta man is speaking out. David Wolf is 76. Police say he went missing 2 weeks ago today. Wolf was last seen January 14th on the 4900 block of Barrel Road. Earlier today, we spoke to his daughter.
Our greatest concern is that he left without medication, he left lights on, and he had 2 cats that he loved his cats. He would not have left without telling someone to take care of those cats.
It is believed Wolf left in his 2008 gray Buick LaCrosse, the plate number 774NEJ.
Well, we certainly thought we'd have records, but we definitely got one for Monday and maybe even Thursday. It was 54 in La Crosse. That really smashed the old record of 49 degrees back in 1914. But we do have stronger winds throughout the afternoon and this evening, kind of going around the northwest because we do have a cold front that's going to be sagging southwest. But there's your highs for today. If you didn't have snow cover on the ground, you're going well into the 50s. Snow cover probably mid 40s to upper 30s with that west wind. But all in all, well above average. Tonight, we'll see the temperatures get back down, but not too far really because this front and the winds are going to keep that temperatures up. Teens to the north behind the front for the southwest. They're probably around freezing as you wake up. A few showers or flurries potentially in the morning, but notice the wind out of the northwest. That means cooler air for tomorrow, but still above average. 37 even at noon is about 10 degrees about where we should be too. And similar story for Eau Claire, but more clouds probably at least in the morning hour, and then more probably coming in the afternoon behind this cold front. So they'll feel it, but the winds will lighten up. But as you see, the temperatures there, 33. There's a snowfall up to the north that could be the potential. Later on, we'll kind of break down what we're going to see coming up because we do have record temperatures on the way and maybe a little precip for the weekend too. So we'll break all that down a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, a federal judge has put a pause on the Trump administration's freeze on federal grants and loans.
The judge blocking it until Monday at 4 p.m. The president's freeze could cause disruptions in healthcare research, education programs, and other programs like family and children's centers.
Programs, they have very small operating margins. They can't manage without funding. Even for a short pause of 2 weeks, this will create chaos in the lives of many families.
Earlier today, Governor Evers wrote to the president asking for clarification on the freeze. In his letter, he said in part, with very few details and specifics available, Wisconsinites and millions of Americans who are rightfully alarmed and concerned by this unprecedented decision are left scrambling. Evers and Attorney General Josh Kaul also announced that Wisconsin is joining a multi-state lawsuit against Trump's order.
Wisconsin lawmakers want 2 different justices off a pending pending collective bargaining case. Republicans want Janet Protasiewicz to recuse herself from a lawsuit challenging Act 10. Democrats want Brian Hagedorn to recuse himself. Act 10 has restricted the bargaining power for most public unions since 2011. A Dane County judge in December ruled it was unconstitutional. Republicans say Protasiewicz prejudged the case while she was running for the court in 2023. Democrats say Hagedorn should recuse because he was Governor Walker's chief lawyer who helped originally write Act 10. Neither justice is indicating they'll step aside. A former Wisconsin congressman is America's newest transportation secretary. The Senate has confirmed Sean Duffy with a 77-22 vote to serve in President Trump's cabinet. The 53-year-old Duffy pledged in his Senate hearings to show tough love to Boeing and protect subsidies for rural airports. He previously represented northern Wisconsin in Congress from 2011 to 2019.
Controversial cabinet pick Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will have his confirmation hearing tomorrow. He's being tapped to lead Health and Human Services. Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin, who sits on the Health Committee, weighed in on RFK Jr.
He thinks he knows better than the experts about vaccines. He thinks he knows better than women about reproductive care. Look, he has been a leading purveyor of misinformation and conspiracy theories, particularly around vaccines.
Some Republicans, including Mitch McConnell, have signaled concern over Kennedy's views on vaccines.
Absentee ballots have gone out for voters in La Crosse. Those ballots are for the February 18th primary election. You got to remember to sign the certificate on that envelope. In-person absentee voting opens February 4th and closes February 14th. The deadline to request a ballot is February 13th.
And the DMV wants to help you vote. It's offering free valid state voter IDs. Just bring an ID application to a customer service center. You'll also need a birth certificate or passport, a document with a signature or photo, and proof of residency.
School officials in Eau Claire are clarifying protocols when it comes to government entities like immigration and customs enforcement. In a letter to families, Staff Superintendent Mike Johnson says even if an administrative ICE warrant is presented, the district is not obligated to let them execute that warrant on school grounds, stating, quote, "Not granting access in these circumstances is a matter of preventing the school from becoming a law enforcement zone and thus disrupting the educational environment. ICE agents, like other law enforcement agents, have the capability of enforcing warrants elsewhere." School
cell phone bans could be coming to Wisconsin. A new proposal is being led by Republican Representative Joel Kitchens. He's pushing to ban phones and electronic devices in K-12 classrooms. The ban would be during class time. Many schools currently have phone bans, but Kitchens thinks they're not being enforced. Kitchens is seeking more GOP support for this bill.
Wafer Food Pantry is getting help in fighting hunger. It's got a new refrigerated truck. It'll transport perishable food collected through the pantry's retail recovery program. That rescues leftover food that would otherwise be wasted. Donors helped secure the new truck.
Given the climate of donations and the need that we have, it was critical to be able to have donors come together to make this project happen.
Last year, that recovery program collected around 1.5 million pounds of food.
Well, voting has kicked off for the Minnesota Department of Transportation's Name a Snowplow contest. 50 finalists were chosen after more than 7,000 entries. The public will now vote for 8 winning names. Finalists feature musical puns like Chili Eilish and Snotorious B.I.G. and athletes in the state like Anthony Sledwards. Voting closes at noon on February 7th.
A dark horse enters the artificial intelligence race.
Why a Chinese startup is causing shockwaves through the industry.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you can rise to meet it.
Right now, receive 0% APR for 60 months and up to $2,300 off BX Series tractor packages. Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
It's that time of year. The chill is in the air. Are your floors freezing? Warm up your home with carpet from Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. We've got the coziest, most durable carpet for your home. Come in and check out our color options, styles, and patterns. We're happy to help you find just what you need to make your home warm and cozy. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Microsoft is buying a large piece of land with the intention of building a data center in Kenosha County. A release said the city rezoned the 240 acres of property last month to accommodate a data center. The release did not include any type of timeline for what construction would look like or an estimate for how many jobs the project would create.
Kohl's is cutting hundreds of positions in Wisconsin. The retailer laying off 10% of staff at its corporate headquarters in southeast Wisconsin. That decision comes as a new CEO takes over for a company that saw declining sales all of last year. A statement from the company says half of the cuts are unfilled positions, though Kohl's did not confirm how many filled jobs are included.
The stunning rise of DeepSeek is sending shockwaves through the artificial intelligence world.
It's threatening America's dominance that seemed set in stone just a week ago. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
New Chinese chatbot is sending shockwaves through the world of artificial intelligence. DeepSeek became the most downloaded free app in Apple's App Store. The company claiming to have developed a new model using inferior computer chips that cost 20 to 30 times less than leading American firms.
They were able to really do this on what some people would call a shoestring budget.
And investors are taking notice. Monday, stock prices for leading U.S. chipmaker NVIDIA saw their biggest ever single-day loss.
It does suggest that maybe we don't need to throw tens of billions of dollars at these issues in order to develop something that's usable for the general public and for industry.
President Donald Trump responding to the news.
It should be a wake-up call for our industries that we need to be laser-focused on competing to win.
Some analysts say the panic may be premature, largely based on size.
Unless this thing could scale, it's going to be tough to see how there's any sort of competitive wave.
It's also not clear if there will be federal pushback to DeepSeek. The company, like TikTok, may raise data privacy and national security concerns due to its Chinese ownership. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The Trump administration is offering buyouts to federal workers. It comes after the president ordered federal workers to return to the office. The email says those who choose to resign before February 6th will be exempted from in-person work requirements until the end of September. They'll also keep their pay and benefits regardless of daily workload, according to the memo. All full-time federal employees are eligible with a few exceptions, including postal workers, military members, immigration officials, and certain national security roles.
Boom, the American company working to build the world's fastest airliner, hit a major milestone Tuesday with its first supersonic flight. Their XB-1 demonstrator aircraft broke the sound barrier for its first time with a test flight in Mojave, California. It's also the first time an independently developed jet has broken the sound barrier. The XB-1 has now completed 12 successful test flights since its first took to the air in March of 2024. The plane already has 130 orders and pre-orders from American Airlines, United Airlines, and Japan Airlines.
Still ahead tonight, a positive sign for health officials in La Crosse.
What it is and what's behind it, up next.
And yeah, we're going to cool down a little bit for Wednesday, but then we're going to see some record level temperatures come back Thursday with maybe another cool down Friday and maybe some precipitation coming up for the weekend too. We'll break it all down for you when we come back. First Warn Weather update after the break.
Family of SUVs. proud sponsor of winter. Now, get up to $4,000 in total cash on a 2024 Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Join News 8 Now for the 102nd Annual Westby Ski Jump, January 31st and February 1st. Athletes from all over the world compete at speeds exceeding 50 miles per hour on the Olympic-sized ski hill. Visit snowflakeskiclub.com to buy a button today.
Brad Schimmel. He wants to bring back the 1849 law that bans all abortions, with no exceptions for rape or incest. Schimmel gave plea deals to child molesters, let domestic abusers walk with no jail time. And he's the one who let 6,000 rape kits sit untested for 2 years, while survivors waited for justice. That's Brad Schimmel. Too extreme for the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Does Random Starship Mortgage sponsor your kids' T-ball team? I doubt it. Firefighters Credit Union is a strong, reliable lender that has been a proud member of the community for nearly a century. Trust Firefighters Credit Union for your next home loan. Call Matt or Troy today.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
I didn't know it, but my back pain was coming from my feet. My personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Overdose deaths are down in La Crosse.
According to Amplify Health, there were 55 unintentional overdose deaths here in 2023. That number dropped last year to 17.
Health officials attribute the decline to access to Narcan and access to mental health services. Doctors are happy with the results. They say there's still work to do to keep the progress going.
Well, this week we are in for some above average temperatures, downright spring-like for some of these days. Let's get the details from Greg.
Yeah, we got a little thaw going on right now, and it helps with no snow on the ground that we're going to get to 50s. We got it today. It looks like Thursday will be another opportunity for 50s. And even tomorrow and Friday, still above average, just not the 50s. So we still got a cold front coming through, so a little bit of flurry activity possible for tomorrow morning. Breezy, but the winds will be far less than we saw today, more out of the northwest. Cooler tomorrow. Back in the 30s, even low 40s too, but that's still about 10 degrees above average, just about 10 degrees drop from today. And then we're going to climb right back up Thursday, back into the mid 50s for some areas, even up towards Russ County where they have snow could get up into the mid 40s too. So all in all, very mild across the area. Overall, we still got this activity. There's a few actually snow showers been up towards Russ County to Eau Claire that could impact some areas. Otherwise, here in cloud cover as we go towards the morning commute, keep an eye as this cold front kind of sags south. You could see a little bit of flurry activity. It's kind of going to pinpoint really the Mississippi River area right to there through the late morning, and that could potentially linger into the around noon time frame, and then it begins to kind of fall apart and the clouds break up. All in all, this west wind will start decreasing in the afternoon, but the temperatures will be struggling to get really much above the 30s for some areas and 40s, and then cloud cover begins a little bit of increase towards tomorrow evening briefly. Winds will begin to turn around from the south, and the temperatures, although they will drop a little bit Wednesday evening, they're going to start rising or at least be steady because the warm air is going to start pushing back up with that south wind as you notice those red arrows. Wind-wise, we're just 15 to 20 right now, but in the morning commute, I think more of it will be about 10 to 15, maybe a few gust winds above that, but then becoming really light and variable in the afternoon. So that'll be the good story with the wind. Tomorrow's highs, mid to upper 30s, low 40s to the south. Cooler up to the north because they will have more of the cloud cover that'll be impacted. And then Thursday, we're going to start off near freezing because the temperatures are rising. Most areas will be in the 50s, potentially some mid to even upper 50s The winds will pick up out of the southwest, but we're not expecting the strongest winds that we saw today. So in all, not a really fantastic Thursday with mid-40s up to the north. Now record temperatures, we look like we're going to smash that one for La Crosse. We could come close to Eau Claire. Right now, temperatures forecasts have been running a little too cold, so definitely is a possibility we could see 50 in Eau Claire, but there is some more snow up on the ground in that area. Now Friday, behind another cold front that kind of sags right back south, almost like a repeat of tonight. Temperatures only in the 40s. Still, we should be in the mid to upper 20s. So even with that northeast wind, still nice conditions for Friday. Things get a little bit more interesting for the weekend. We do have a system that's going to be approaching Thursday, providing more clouds. But if you watch this animation, it's going to really stay just to the south or maybe clip like Prairie du Chien with a little precipitation come for Thursday night before then it shifts off to the east and we get more cloud cover behind it. So if you got plans going further south to Illinois, this is a wet system. It's all rain, but it looks like it may touch Prairie du Chien in some of those areas down there. We do have a shot later in the weekend that looks better for precipitation wise, and kind of went over that already. So 8-day forecast, you'll see there's another chance for snow coming Saturday night into Sunday, which could see some accumulation, especially along I-94 and northward. And then behind that, we're going to get back to more typical January conditions Monday and Tuesday for you snow lovers like me out there. The second half of next week looks a little bit more promising. We could get into a little bit more active pattern and pick up snowfall, so we'll keep an eye on that. But for your non-snow lovers, you're really going to like this the rest of this week.
I'm with you, Greg. I think we should still be getting some snow. It's still
we'll eventually get some, and we might pay. We always pay for good weather with bad weather.
Absolutely true.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, eyeing the top spots, conference title implications on the hardwood, plus a few battles on the ice, including a game winner at the Omni Center. Jacob is next.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
We're live in the heart of Wisconsin, where once again a new multiplier family of games from the Wisconsin Lottery has come to play. I've never seen anything like it. It's the X family of games, with prices from $1 to $20, and a chance to multiply prizes up to 100 times the prize shown, with top prizes up to $200,000. Now that is something. Available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
It's amazing all the work that goes into growing this little guy. The research you've done over the past decades is critical to grow a good quality crop.
The UW-Madison has developed light casts to help farmers manage leaf blight before it takes root in potato fields.
I can't really overstate how important that is.
What's at stake isn't just the crop in the ground, it's the sustainability of your family farm.
This partnership really makes me proud to be a Wisconsin farmer.
One Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
A big battle for first place in the MVC tonight as Aquinas was hosting Holman, with the winner taking the lead in the conference standings. For the Blue Golds, they haven't won conference title since 2011, and a victory tonight would certainly help. Let's pick it up in the second half. The Blue Golds were cooking. Trey Barr lets it fly. Nothing but net. Aquinas goes up 13. Later, Finley Strom driving down the lane. Tough defense, but it doesn't matter. Another 2 for the Blue Goals. But Holman would make a run late. Keenan Iserman coming down the lane, going off the glass for 2. Then it's Caden Wilbur getting an open look and knocking it down. Holman would cut it to 5 with 15 seconds to play. On the inbounds, Iserman up to Wilbur. Hoop plus the harm. Vikings within 3. But that is as close as they would get. Calvin Barr converting at the line down the stretch, and the Blue Golds get the win 54-50. Over in Holman, the Vikings were hoping to give the Aquinas girls their first loss of the season in conference early on. Holman jumping out in front. Imani Toso from the corner buries the triple. Then Mackenzie Noonmacher is going to find Charlie Casey, who knocks down the mid-range jumper for 2 of her 20. But the Blue Golds would settle in. Ava Fernholz, nasty crossover into the spin move and gets the shot to fall. Later, Fernholz, nice feed inside to Catherine Salvadelli, who goes off the glass for 2, and she was not done. On the breakaway, bucket plus the foul. She finished with 20 as Aquinas wins 69-58. How about a Three Rivers battle between La Crescent Hoka and Fillmore Central? Early in this one, Drew Todd with a sweet feed to Jadis Patchell for the 2. Then the Lancers on the fast break again. Joey Welch kicks it over to Berkeley Milsna, who is pure from the corner. Lancers out to a 10-0 lead. And Milsna continuing to get buckets for the home side in transition. Easy lay-in right there. This one would come down to the wire, but La Crescent Hoka gets the 69-66 victory. Elsewhere, the Logan and Central ladies each pick up an MVC win tonight. Melrose Mindoro takes down Cashton, and Kickapoo impresses against DeSoto. In boys action, a flip-flop, Sparta and Toma picking up league wins. CFC notches an important victory over ranked Blair Taylor, and North Crawford gets back on track against Ithaca. Over to the ice, the Windhawks are taking on Northfield. Winona came out strong on offense. Miles Broomer whips in a shot from the blue line, hits the post. Tristan Hagen's there for the rebound, 1-0 lead. But Northfield goes to the power play. Nice move from Will Cashin, ties it up, and then Bridger Riley is going to find Ashton Pumper for the screaming one-timer. But the home side would knot this one up, and they walk out with a 3-3 tie. So we move to the Omni Center. The Avalanche taking on the Hilltoppers. First up, it's Richard Baker behind the net, finding Lucas Suchin to bring the Hilltoppers within 1. Anna Lacrosse would tie it up. Then Matthew Tillman slides it over to Liam Branson, who finds Jackson Egan for the one-timer. Game-winning goal. The Hilltoppers come back with 3 in the third to finish with a 3-way tie for first in the conference. Another team who cashed in on a win tonight were the Royal Panthers. They improved to 14-0 and find themselves as a top-ranked team in Division 5. A team can score with the best, but their bread and butter is on the defensive side of the ball, holding teams to just 33 points a game.
There's not a lot of teams that like playing defense, but if you buy into the system, buy into what we tell you to do, I mean, defense is going to be so fun because it's going to create energy within our gym. And, you know, the fans get into it, stuff like that. When we get wide open fast breaks, they know that's what we like to do, so they get on their feet for that.
We have a lot of seniors this year, so, I mean, this is our last run. We can't leave anything on the floor. We just got to keep pushing.
Up and on Lipke are averaging a combined 36 points a game, and they're just 2 of the 8 seniors with hopes of a deep playoff run. And despite going into half down 7, 9th-ranked Marquette uses a massive second half to mount the comeback and pick up a Big East win over Butler. Stevie Mitchell with 22, while Cam Jones added 17. Golden Eagles are now 18-3. But back to the story with Royal, guys. I love the stories with the small towns doing well, the city, or not the city, the town embracing them, or the towns in this case as well. And that's fun stuff there. They're playing really well.
Right, and just a couple years ago, they were already in a state title game. So these kids know what it's like to be successful, so to keep it going says a lot about them.
Exactly. A lot of action. I hope it was fun for everyone.
Yeah, look good.
Yeah,
thanks, Jacob.
All right, more news right after this.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Wednesday is wing night at River City Grill. 5 delicious wings for only $5. And $1 off all domestic beers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Built Ford Tough Trucks, proud sponsor of winter. Now, get over $10,000 in total savings on a 2024 Ford F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
As I deteriorated, I needed something that would allow me to go from floor in the garage to floor in the home. Jason helped introduce to me all sorts of accessibility equipment. I have no questions about credibility and research. Personally, if somebody was asking me, I would say, here's who I would call.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevator. Stop in and see us today.
Hi, my name is Tom Hammes. I work for Maxwell White Water Conditioning. We want all of our customers to be as informed as possible, so we present an agenda at every call that we go to. We're going to look at the equipment. We're going to give their whole system a thorough evaluation, and then we're going to come together and put some options together to help solve their problems. We'll go down, do the work, clean up, make sure everything's working, go through everything with the customer, show them how things operate, and at every single call, it is our utmost goal to provide a 5-star customer experience for every single trip out.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Wednesday is wing night at River City Grill. 5 delicious wings for only $5. And $1 off all domestic beers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
A Wisconsin shout out tonight. For nearly 5 decades, Don Herman has been a key figure on Lake Winnebago.
Herman spends countless hours maintaining and clearing ice roads, a tradition he began back in 1975. Weather conditions permitting, he works to clear a path stretching from Oshkosh to Quinney. He also marks unsafe ice areas and builds temporary ice bridges for drivers.
You put the bridges out, you keep the ice, try to keep everybody safe, and everybody thanks you, and everybody appreciates it. I've always said, you know, I'm usually out on the lake. If you see me, it could be in a good way, and if you see me in a bad way, that means you probably fell in.
Well, this year with unusually thick ice, Herman has helped save people time by reducing their travel across the lake by about 45 minutes.
What a great guy. We were just talking about this during the commercial break. I didn't know these existed.
Yeah.
Like
well,
ice roads.
Lake Winnebago, especially a massive lake here in Wisconsin. So in the summertime, having to drive around the whole thing is, it's a time consumer.
Yeah, and people aren't afraid. People actually use this for everyday transportation. That's wild. Y'all are crazy. Okay, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast right after the break.
It's that time of year. The chill is in the air. Are your floors freezing? Warm up your home with carpet from Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. We've got the coziest, most durable carpet for your home. Come in and check out our color options, styles, and patterns. We're happy to help you find just what you need to make your home warm and cozy. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
There's obviously a lot of different health issues related to untreated hearing loss. Hearing loss can affect tinnitus, depression, isolation, heart health, cognitive decline, hypertension, diabetes, osteoporosis, safety and balance. The point is, you're never too old to do something.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
The La Crosse Lions Charity is celebrating Groundhog Day with the best groundhog dinner in La Crosse. A pulled pork dinner and dessert served Monday, February 3rd from 4 to 7 at the Moose Lodge in La Crosse. It's time for the La Crosse Sports Show, featuring boats, RVs, travel, hunting, fishing, ATVs, and more at the La Crosse Center, February 6th through the 9th.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Everybody likes something for nothing. Now at Home Furniture, when you spend $4.99 or more for something, like this dining set, you'll pay nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and pay nothing for shipping. Shop your favorite furniture and mattresses and get them with nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping. Now that's something. The Something for Nothing sale going on now at Home Furniture.
Built Ford Tough Trucks, proud sponsor of winter. Now, get over $10,000 in total savings on a 2024 Ford F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Hate to say the word colder tomorrow, but for January to see temperatures in the 30s, but it's actually going to be colder than we've had. Minus some cloud cover, maybe a few flurries. The cold front kind of slides southwest of us. It's going to then work its way back northeast. That means winds turn around and we get record level temperatures on Thursday. We cool down again Friday, not quite 50s, 40s, and then maybe some precipitation this weekend. Colder next week.
All over the place.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
enjoy this week for sure.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow.